the KHQA Student Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Blessing Health System.
His leadership and love for wrestling, for his education, for his family, for his coaches, his teammates. I've never coached anybody like that before.
Owen Uppinghouse tends to elicit those type of superlatives from nearly everyone in his orbit. For his wrestling prowess, obviously and most visibly, as a two-time top 3 state finisher in his weight class, who won 92% of his career high school matches, including a school record 56 of them in a single season.
It definitely taught me the value of hard work. I had to do a lot of challenging tasks to get to this point. It really has done so much for me, given me so many opportunities. I've really lucked out. I've had an amazing coaching staff, and they've instilled so many values and so many lessons to me that are like priceless. It's amazing what it's done for me.
A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes, lifting the weights and coming in at 5:30 a.m. and making those trips after practice to go, train different facilities and to make himself better.
But that ethic doesn't end at the mat. Owen is, yes, an honor roll student.
You just gotta love the grind. Going into school, getting the job done, doing what's expected of you is just doing the bare minimum, and then putting in the work where you're falling short. I definitely think that's how I got here. I had strong values put on to me by my parents, and just had to keep working hard. And I'm just glad that we got to this point.
But more than that, a blue-chip level ambassador for his sport and role model to the next generation of aspiring Owen Uppinghouses. And as a parent, given the track record here, who wouldn't want their child to try to retrace Owen's footsteps? A young man who has earned every plaudit and accolade on sheer sweat equity. Even, perhaps especially, this next window as a Division I wrestler at National Powerhouse Mizzou, learning from the great Brian Smith.
Definitely just grateful for the opportunity to get to this point. The signing ceremony is definitely a rewarding part of the college recruiting process. Really excited about going to Mizzou, and just really grateful for all the people that showed up today. I think everybody in this room right now could sign their name on that paper, because they all played a part in it, but just super excited for my next step.
I'm so happy for him, and that gave me chills just talking about. You saying that, and he's got Keegan O'Toole, who's a national champion and got third this past year. A two-time All-American that's around his weight class. That's going to be able to train with him for the next couple of years, and he moves on. Hopefully, Owen, gets into a spot and just represents. And regardless if you're on the first string or third string in college, you earn the right to be there and do. Be part of a program that's great like Mizzou is. And I know that with his work ethic in and out of the classroom, that just only great things are going to happen with him. So we're proud of him, representing Quincy High School, and the icing on the cake, being able to get on that wrestling team is just awesome.
Just understand that Owen's window to do so is of his own creation. He is essentially a walk-on at Mizzou, but one who gets to walk in the door in Como with his tuition fully paid for by the Evans Scholarship he received as an exceptional and ceaselessly working golf caddy at Quincy Country Club, an incredibly prestigious honor.
Definitely knew that the program had a deep history. I was lucky enough to get the Evans Scholarship, so with tuition paid for, with such a great program, I was able to go there and talk to Coach Smith. He was super understanding, and I asked if he had a roster spot available, and he was gracious enough to give me a spot on the team. So just hoping to get in there and learn from the best and potentially become one of the best. That's the goal.
One more example of Owen building the staircase to his own dreams.
Just to have the opportunity to get it from the local country club, definitely grateful for that opportunity, grateful to really be rewarded for not only my athletic ability, but my academic ability as well, my ability as a caddy. It means a lot. It's a lot of hard work culminating into it, and just forever grateful for that. It's truly life-changing.
And his vocational future as well, beyond the mat and post-Mizzou.
I knew I wanted to go into the field of engineering, and originally that was civil engineering, but I looked at the schools and just looked at all branches of engineering individually and thought mechanical, I had the best chance to get a job as a mechanical engineer, have a lot more options, and a lot more schools with wrestling have mechanical engineering. So
He's, that you talk about, that engineering aspect and him just, and the things he does outside the wrestling room. I've already had, conversations with people that they want him to come work for them. They want him to be part of their business. They want him to be, part of our community. And when he graduates, and that's pretty neat. That's just, that's his family. That's his upbringing. That's his mom and dad. That's his grandparents and the people he puts himself around.
And for the rest of us, bettered in Owen Uppinghouse's wake, he's made the entire wrestling culture in the Tri-States and his own community a prouder place in the process.
it's definitely a pattern I see a lot with QHS, just the Quincy pride that we have as a town. I was lucky enough to have the best parents in the world to get me to this point, to instill these values. I have the best coaches in the world that have taught me so many lessons, and coaches that really care about my future and not only the sport but as a student. And then the mentors I've gotten at the country club along the way and through the Evans Scholar House, it really has done tremendous things for me, not only as a person, an athlete, student, just going forward. I'm very excited.
It's great that he was a boot over wrestler, and we can always say that, and we welcome him back anytime. And hopefully he makes his way back to Quincy at some point, and we'll hold camps and have him be part of it, and hopefully maybe coaches it for us someday. You never know.